Welcome to another Warhammer Fantasy review. This new review for the Orcs and Goblins army, the Orc Warboss box set. As you can see, it's one of those small boxes, but it's actually pretty thick for the amount of stuff that comes inside. Let's see what comes inside. You get 2 sprues, which should actually be 1. Let's see some of the remaining stuff. I have a ponytail, a spiky shoulder pad, a mask, an arm with a huge spear, a shield, and a spiky gauntlet. In the other half I have the bell, standard, snotling, another head, and the arm. As you can see, for only 2 sprues, the box seems very big, so you get a lot of free space. Now let's see them fully built the way I built them. Now the parts I chose for this one. As you can see, for the mounted one, the boar, the hand with the choppa, the hand with the axe, the head with the pointy horns pointing up, the torso with the breastplate. This one should actually have these. They're kind of jaws for those, but I haven't actually glued them yet. For the on-foot one, we have the head with the spiky horns pointing down. We have the torso with the wolf pelt, the torso that matches this torso, the legs that match, and the arms that can carry either a big axe or can carry the battle standard. These units in the game can actually be pretty versatile. They can actually be used as 12 different options. Yes, 12. They can be an orc big boss on foot, an orc big boss mounted, an orc warboss on foot, an orc warboss mounted, and an orc battle standard bearer on foot, and an orc battle standard bearer mounted. They can also be the black orc big boss on foot, the black orc big boss mounted, a black orc warboss on foot, and a black orc warboss mounted, the black orc battle standard bearer on foot, and the black orc battle standard bearer mounted. So you can see that's a lot of variety, and they can actually have a lot of conversions thanks to the huge amount of extra parts. As you know, these ones are the character choice for the army, either as the generals or as other characters. For the regular games they could actually be used as hero choices, but for big point games they can actually be used as lord choices, but I always recommend using their unique character as lord choices, and this one's just as support characters or just hero choices. What are they equipped with? For the one mounted, he can be equipped with a shield, the additional chop up that doesn't give you anything, so it's pointless to use, the hand weapon, spear, or the great axe. If he is a regular orc, he can use light armor, and a black orc can use light armor and heavy armor. For the foot one, you can use pretty much the same thing, only you don't get the boar, and having equipped 2 choppas gives you double attack plus the bonus, but you can't use the spear. The abilities, well, they always are the generals if you choose them, or a character can be a very powerful ally for a regiment. If they are black orc, they have the arm to the teeth, and they have the animosity rule, which can always be very useful. Now, how to use them in the game? Well, I always recommend picking up black orcs or regular orcs unless you have a severe point deficit problem. Why? Black orcs are tougher, they don't suffer from animosity, they can actually quell animosity if put in a group, and well, again, they are stronger. No point in choosing a regular one. Remember that if you have a lord choice, a black orc should always be put on a wyvern better than a boar. Now a review for the miniatures themselves. Well, they look pretty good, but I actually have a huge problem. What are bosses in the Orcs and Goblins? Tribes, they're the biggest, baddest, and meanest of them all. What are these ones? Well, these ones are tiny. They're tiny, as you can see, are pretty skinny. I don't understand. If you have a big boss or warboss, aren't they supposed to be big? Huge, actually. Now let's see for comparison. The bosses for a black orc boss and a black orc and a regular orc boss. As you can see, that's a huge arm, that's a huge torso. If you compare the arms, this one, the regular boss, is actually twice as the war boss or big boss. I don't understand it. Torso the same, it's twice as big. Let's not even compare it to the black orc. It's silly that a war boss or big boss is this tiny. I don't know. Even this one looks bigger thanks to the pelt, but this one looks anorexic or something, and that's not a big boss or war boss. But apart from that, they're actually pretty well casted. Very good amount of detail. Didn't have pretty much no flash marks or significant mold lines. So yeah, it's a pretty good kit with a lot of variety. Well, that's it, people. Remember to try to put big bosses for every regiment you can. It's always better for your regiment to go with one. If it's a black orc, they can quell the animosity. I always recommend using a mounted one for the boar boys, since you can't really afford boar boys to go squabbling. Well, that's it, people. Hope you enjoy it. If you like it, please comment, rate, and subscribe.